Hey guys, Brewman here. So I'm gonna be showing you how to properly paint and camouflage your rifle. So we got a Delta DT15 here. Start off with, you gotta mask up the muzzle brake, flash hider, whatever you have at the end of it. Make sure to do your bolt catch, the other side of the magazine release, your trigger, your charging handle, your mag well, and then your dust cover. I forgot to do the magazine release, but it's not that big of a deal. I was originally going to do a base layer of sage green, but we're actually going to do a base layer of gray and then stripe it off with brown and sage green, so it'll look a lot better that way. So you just want to do light coats. Make sure you wear your proper protective gear, and you have some kind of good ventilation as well too. See, as you want to do, you just want to do, let me take this mask off. You just want to do light sprays across. You don't want to do anything too heavy. This is already getting a good base coat. We just want to do something light, so that way we can see the gray in the background, so make sure you don't miss your rails either. So we have the cardboard set up, but that's going to be doing when we add the patterns for the leaves and for the mesh. But for the base coat, I recommend just hanging it up. Makes it a lot easier. There's probably a couple of things I should have covered, such as the safety selector switch or fire mode selector switch, whatever you want to call it. Probably the iron sights, but that's probably not too big of a deal. Maybe the buffer tube, but hey, learn from my mistakes. Okay, so far we got a pretty good coat to start off with. Next thing we're gonna be doing is we're gonna let this dry just a little bit, and then we'll be adding in our stripes. So I'll show you guys how to do that. All right, next off, we're gonna be doing some brown stripes to break up the pattern a little bit. And then we'll finish it off on the other areas with some light green stripes. It's gonna be a cool little pattern, so let's just see what that's gonna look like. Shake this bitch up. Just wanna do it from distance. That. So it could definitely use a lot less brown in certain areas, that's for sure. That's not too bad. Okay, on to green. So next one on the list is gonna be sage green. This one's gonna be a little bit more deliberate. So I'm gonna have here be green, so. And I'm gonna have at the bottom of the buttstock. I'm gonna break this up with some green. Over here. Go through one more time and finish off the stripes. Now I'm gonna get the brown and stripe where I didn't with the sage green a little bit. So right over there, right over there. A little bit right there. You don't want it to be, I guess, like, you want it to be random. So right now it looks a little bit goofy, but I guarantee you once we start putting in the patterns, it's gonna look a little bit better. but we'll see. Let it dry a little bit first. So what you want to do next is you want to put some leaves on top of it, and you're going to want to break up the pattern again. So over here we're going to leave alone. Since this has a green background, we're going to put a little bit of brown. Brown here, and brown here, and then we'll reverse the same thing in the middle with a little bit of green. It'll look really good. So let's see what that looks like. Do it from a distance. Okay, lift it up. You have a little bit of a natural background. You can't see as much because these leaves don't have that, I guess, they don't have that much foliage on them. But if you get a, you know, like, I guess something with a little bit more pattern to them will look a lot nicer. But apart, so that's a little bit of brown. We're gonna put a little bit of green on there. Like that. Get your green. Boom, mesh, looks super cool. We're gonna light this one up with a little bit more brown and then finish it off with green. So a little bit of brown. Same thing over here. Just a little bit of brown, not too much. I'm just gonna redo the brown over here and put a green layer on top. It'll look perfect. All right, and we'll finish it off with the green mesh and we'll see what that looks like afterwards. So we have a good sample over here of what it could look like. So we have a base layer of sage green, and then you put the laundry bag on top and you start to do little bursts of brown, and it comes out with like this cool, you know, forest pattern. Same thing with this. This is looking really, really good right now. You know, you have brown dots on green, green dots on brown. It is just a perfect pattern. It could have been better. We could have had some better foliage, and we could have used some better spray paint. They sell actual camouflage tone spray paint that works a lot better. The gray and the green in this case were too similar, so it didn't break up as much as I wanted to. But it's still a good start for a future, I guess, for a future rendition. So we'll let this dry off and we'll see what it looks like from there. All right, guys, so it's the next morning and this is what it looks like. So we got a nice green and brown pattern going on. However, sadly the sage green matched a little bit too well with the gray. So it doesn't, I guess, break up as much as we wanted it to, but you know, that's, I guess, food for thought for next time. So it turned out pretty well. We also did to the magazine. That laundry bag mesh worked really well for this design. The leaves I had around my house did not. I'm definitely gonna have to order some artificial leaves when I continue this. So we're definitely gonna do a second rendition of this. That's gonna be a little bit better. I'll get a mask off and cut, like for example, this didn't get painted. Some of the charging handle didn't get painted. I should have removed the charging handle and just plugged that off. I should have cut this part around with the masking tape. Same thing with here. There's a lot of stuff that I wish I did, and I'll know for next time. And instead of using regular rattle can spray paint next time, we're gonna be using actual camouflage paint. It comes in 4 colors: black, brown, desert tan, and OD green. Those are the perfect colors for camouflage paint, and they settle a little bit differently, giving you a little bit of a better design. We're definitely gonna remember that for next time. Part 2 will definitely be here soon. It's gonna look a lot better. But so far, this is not a bad job for less than $10 worth of rattle can paint from Walmart. This is not bad at all. That mesh came out really, really well. And everything functions like it's supposed to. Cycles just fine. Magazine release works just fine. Didn't go in all the way. But make sure when you paint it, you do not paint past the part that goes inside the mag well. So let's see if we can get that in one hand. There we go. But yeah, make sure you don't paint past that part. But other than that, this thing turned out really well. I'm pretty happy with it. Get some more parts of it out. Same thing with here. I used too much masking tape when I was covering up the trigger. Looks a little weird, but you know, that's, like I said, we're gonna learn from this experience. But this is not bad for the time being. I'm really happy with it. Next project that's coming up is we're going to be doing a stipple job on this Glock 19 Gen 3. So I already have a pretty good idea of what I'm going to be doing, and I guess you guys will see it when I post it. Until then, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe down below. Appreciate it, guys.